you tell folks about your journey, how you got into baseball?
And I would be anything but a researcher.
Having different data, getting that from the front office.
Healthy skepticism. And so I had to convince.
Down to second, here's Holiday for the second out.
I had to convince McKinney, and it's just a lot different now.
2 down, Andrew Vaughn swings it.
Yeah, well, we're on to the XR 100. Yeah, and that's made up.
He was not buying.
Great delivery. Kevin Sheets on the ground to shortstop. And the XR side up 7-0 game. Orioles and the White Sox. You change the way you evaluate baseball.
Analytical skill has revealed things that sometimes ball results or the value of walks and situations.
What drew you to Ryan O'Hearn? What'd you like about O'Hearn?
Yeah, roll of the dice. It's been surprising in the good side since we got him. But
has that, changed for you between going from St. Louis?
Normal it is, and so some of the things we were doing, a little bit of hesitancy, reluctance, but my colleagues in this other org getting it, so it became
a little bit, and even made him better than what he was, and he'd already won a Cy Young award to that point.
More difficult for one having success, but if that person was in our system, you still could improve, and so that mindset is a lot easier to work with their social skills, human factor skills.
They're the 4 in a row in relief here for Chicago, and he will not strike.
You behave. This is the way we're behaving, and it nudges him a bit.
Off the mound, Schuster. Throw is dropped. And add to the 7-0 lead. And Mullins fouls away strike one. Scouting still matters. Maybe not in the same ways.
More. And there's no way we're going to battle without. I think the high school players, so much of the success we've had with our high school players.
Jackson on deck right now as Mullins works the count full. 3. Up the middle, that ball's going to get through. A left on left base hit for Mullins.
Vertical break starting to come into the vernacular a little bit more. Things like seam shifted weight.
Yeah, I think the world of biomechanics, what game has a lot of physics and generating force. Many times it's fun.
Glad to have you, Sig. Sorry.
Attendants even got to take home their very own bottle of Corbin's limited first time this year. And got the win yesterday.
He can throw that curveball effectively for strikes. He's shown an ability to put it in the
easy
zone.
Movement profile compared to average, but well located. And
the numbers aren't necessarily electric, right, for his movement profile and stuff like that. But when you might not have had the best movement numbers overall. But when you
that 4-seamer hit through the left side, what is officially an eye abrasion on the collision in the second.
He's able to effectively work at the top of the zone.
We hear a lot do with the spin.
Oh, yeah. Love it. Let's get nerdy. Not necessarily the most important thing. Context is what's important. This spin is contributing to movement. You have more air getting under that 4-seamer.
Oh, wow.
That is a much better fastball than a pitch that doesn't.
A little bit longer, and it tricks the hitter's eyes because the hitter's used to the ball coming down as gravity affects it. And I see what you're saying.
That, right? How can I maybe get behind a little bit more of that break?
What I was told, 1 o'clock, 1:30 is where you don't want to be with your hand in position.
Analytics and sabermetrics is working best. It's helping.
Center Henderson with a tremendous 5. Yikes. Arte's done in the minor leagues this year.
Yeah, solid ERA.
And the first batter he faces in the majors, Emmanuel Rivera. Stop record by an Oriole. Better than the average hitter. And that is just for a couple of things as well. The strike zone. And that's high for a sinker. Ball, all 3 at bats.
Why not? So is that hat too. I want one
for 3 tonight. And at deep, darting his way to third base, and he'll get the base runner does, and how valuable someone is as a base runner.
There's an entire, Statcast team over at Baseball Savant that does fan the base paths.
O'Hearn down.
What other Orioles do in terms of bat speed, but he does have elite swing velocity. This is just an organization that seems to pride itself in doing things like that.
Or you cannot barrel balls up that typically aren't strikes.
Another high fast.
And that's chaos. How do you game plan chaos?
Teddy with a ton of room out there will make the catch.
Didn't miss. That wasn't even in the zone.
Kowser's been on now 6 consecutive plate appearances. All 3 today.
Able to utilize that weapon because of how much break it has. It's where, like we discussed earlier, a little more grip it and rip it. You know, almost
more than that. They're like Eflin, that's going to go out and pitch and relies on command.
Because those style of pitchers still exist and can still excel.
Nice run.
All right, let me focus on seeing what I can do with my four-seamer here, what I can do with my curveball, and if
what he's doing, and just trying to repeat his mechanics. Because it's really a below-average fastball when you talk about velocity.
Yeah, up the sinker usage a little bit, maybe up the sweeper usage a little bit.
Tightening the repertoire for Povich.
I mean, it's a big number.
Yeah, there's a lot there, and I think it speaks to, I mean, you hit the nail.
Anyway, 1-2 still for Benintendi. Doug Sisson is for the interim manager, Sizemore. But it sure looked like Hunter Wendelstedt was jonesing to throw somebody else out. Missed 2 pitches, looking to strike out the side, and he'll misfire.
A pitch in there that they're not looking for. You can quickly get up 0-1.
Brushed by Vaughn to Henderson. 2 strikeouts. So Iriarte with a 1-run 5th inning in his big top of the 6th inning. So Foster with his career has obviously been marred by injury.
Turn him to some of the power we know that is inside that bat. Injuries and really. Ellie De La Cruz's average is 30.1 as well, and right now his average is 29.
Fastest runners too. Ricky Henderson's sprint speed. I was like, was he 30.3?
Yeah.
I mean, well, how amazing it is.
It's beginning to make sense now, and it's starting because Moose was right over the top, and I guarantee you his spin efficiency, what you talk about, was perfect.
Rivera drives one to right center, and that ball will die on the warning track. There for the 7th.